your host, Cowboy and Spade.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome to another episode of Bourbon and Boxing. And not a lot of fights going on, but we got some news for you guys. Scrambled up some news. Got a lot of big fights coming up, man. We want to talk about some of those big cards coming up between October and November. Boxing going to be booming, going to be back on the map with some great cards and some great fights coming up. So we're going to jump into that with you guys a little bit. We're going to talk a little bit about Dana White, TKO, Turki Al-Sheikh. We're going to talk a little bit, get into a little bit about the Tank versus Jake Paul presser. See if my boy caught that, what he thought about it. How serious can we take it? We'll get into that and much more for you on Bourbon and Boxing with the two hosts with the most, the Cowboy and
Spade, no Kool-Aid, ain't shit sweet.
That's right. That's right.
That's right. So I see you don't switch the head up.
Yeah, I got it nice. Well, I got my bandana on there now, so it sets a little different. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. That other hat you had, I seen somebody else with it on. I forget what he do, but
probably Shabuzi. Probably Shabuzi.
Nah.
Shabuzi. Me and him on the same level. Me and Shabuzi, I was cool with Shabuzi. You saying I'm not? Shabuzi cool as hell.
I don't even know who that is, but
you don't know who Shabuzi? He's a country singer.
Oh no, yep. It wasn't him though. It was a black dude.
Yeah, Shabuzi black.
Oh, for real?
Yeah.
Ooh. I don't think it was him though. I think it was like a streamer or something like. Somebody, it was somebody that I see constantly. Because I don't follow. So it was somebody I see. I'm like, damn, that's the same. I ain't had Jackie one, man.
They're trying to. I'm a trendsetter. You know what I'm saying?
Set the trend.
I'm gonna set them trends. In high school, I set that. I set the bar trend. That handlebar mustache shit. Not the handlebar, but the little strip that went down and thin and all that. I set that trend. In high school, I started doing it. Every motherfucker's trying to do it. I was like, come on, man, stop jacking my shit. The 10 strap. That's what it was called, a 10 strap.
Yeah.
They have it like pencil thin, too, looking all nice. Barely, you had it barely coming in. We lost my boy Spade. But, hey, he's going to be back on here. We're going to get back to more of our kind of bull crapping around right now. But, of course, we're going to get into plenty of boxing. Talk with you guys, got some good topics on here, and really would love to get your guys' opinion on it, man. Let us know what you guys think in the comments about the topics that we have on here. Not only that, and just your thoughts on them. Give us your opinion.
They had cut out for a minute. Did they cut out on your side?
No. It was fine.
Yeah, my shit froze up. I ain't hearing nothing.
Okay. See, I don't know if you're on local or not. You can sometimes do local recordings on your side, and that helps it out a little bit. Sometimes it goes a little bit smoother on your options and stuff like that. Like when you're going out and you go back in, it might show you the option to do recording or local recording sometimes. I don't know if I had to do that on my end or not. But yeah, sometimes it comes up as an option. But yeah, I was telling them when he went out that, hey, we got a lot of topics, man. We want to get people to engage a little bit more. We got some nice engagement on one of our last episodes, a couple shorts that we did, man. We got some people to engage and really like that, man. We'd love to go back. We're not going to argue with people. That's just not what we do. We don't argue with, you got an opinion. We got an opinion. We agree to disagree. I like to do things like that. But love for the engagement part of it. And we got a couple good questions on here today. And I'd love to see people react and tell us what they think, because I really like to get people's true thoughts on one of my first topics going on tonight. As you know, TKO, TKO Group, which is owned by Dana White, has teamed up with Paramount, and they're going to be, what's it saying on here? They have announced a long-term rights agreement in which Paramount will become the exclusive home of Zuffa Boxing throughout the U.S., Canada, and Latin America. As we know, Paramount bought Showtime and then canceled Showtime Boxing. So this was a weird thing for me to see Paramount jump back on that boxing scene that they said they did not see any money in when they bought Showtime, which was PBC, one of the biggest platforms.
Maybe
they
brought Showtime and canceled it. I know.
Yeah. That's why PBC had to go to Amazon because Showtime canceled, or Paramount bought Showtime and then canceled. They said it didn't bring in enough ratings for them, so they dropped it off of there completely. But now they're teaming up with TKO and Zaffa Boxing to now promote, which they're going to put on. If I'm correct, I heard they're going to put on like 12 events coming up. They're looking to put on a few more, add a few more as they go through the year. But it's like a long-term, up to like three-year deal or something like that. But this is pretty much put together by Dana White, who is now putting his foot into boxing. He started out in boxing, so I can't really say he's putting his foot into boxing. He started in boxing when he first started getting into the promotional side of things. And then before he was offered by the two brothers that originally owned the UFC to come over and start running the UFC and promoting that for them, he was into boxing. Now he's starting to get his foot back into boxing a little bit. And one of the biggest controversial things that came up with Dana White in the last couple of weeks was him saying that he doesn't understand the Ali Act in boxing and would like to get rid of it. And to me, it's like, that's that's something
the
you don't
Ali need. Act. What do you mean by that?
Well, the Ali Act is something that protects fighters, and you know how Muhammad Ali ended up getting.
Oh yeah.
So this is basically put in place to protect fighters from getting, putting themselves in too much danger, being able to turn down fights, being able to have more control over their careers. And if you get rid of something like that, then you pretty much going to put these guys in the same position a lot of these UFC fighters are in, with no health care, low pay. Yeah, he puts on great events and you fight the best, but you have absolutely no say in who you fight, how many times you fight, when you're going to fight. And the pay is usually pretty low, with him breaking out with the majority of the money. To me, it's almost like, I don't want to call Dana White a Don King, but he kind of comes off like the next Don King. Like he's here for the money.
Right.
The same thing with the UFC. He's here to be that next promoter that's going to take majority of the fighters' money while they go in the ring and they risk it, and then he's going to take majority of the money. What are your thoughts on Dana White being in boxing and then making the moves he's making, like now with this Paramount deal? They'll also show fights on NBC, local NBC. So he ain't gonna get
no world title. Talented boxers doing that shit. That shit gonna be like Contender. That shit ain't gonna blow up like how anytime belt, they gonna have their own belt. Like, man, blow it off, bro. Blow it off, bro. We don't need no more belts, none of that, bro. Blow that shit off, bro. That shit gonna be.
Yeah, I think he's gonna try to make a league like the UFC, and I think that's hard to do with boxing, with so much independence with the boxers. They have the right to be able to choose their own path in boxing. I feel like ain't no upcoming talent right now, or even in the future, gonna go to that shit unless they desperate and they less talented. There's gonna be some shit for less talented, but we might be like, oh, he probably can fight somebody. That's gonna be like a fucking, what you call it, MMA league to the UFC. That's gonna be some shit like that. That shit ain't going. That shit, bro. Ain't nobody trying to keep getting all different type of belts, bullshit ass belts. You talking about y'all gonna have your own belt? So what? That's a brand new belt. The belt ain't known. Ain't nobody. It's not gonna be the belt that's motherfuckers real life was chasing in real life. It's probably gonna. I feel like it's gonna be a promotion thing to promote somebody to get a contract with somebody like Turkey or something like that. Well, yeah, like he's obviously he's looking for his cane. That's who's backing him. And that's all he's seeing. He sees that Turkey money. He's being backed by Turkey, but I don't think they quite understand that the WBA, WBC, IBF, these belts, these commissions, they're not going to roll over and just let Dana White come in and take over boxing.
That's what I'm saying. This shit going to be.
The Zone is not going to say, all right, we're just going to team up with Dana. We ain't got a choice. The Zone's got a big enough platform, and they can fight to try to get top rank. And I think that honestly, that's going to be the next battle. who can land Top Rank, I think is going to take over the driver's seat because Top Rank has a load of talent, and whoever can land them, like if it's Netflix or if it's the Zone, that's who's going to really take the front. Want to be one of the front runners in boxing, but I don't know.
Yeah.
Like with PBC, all that. We'll get to PBC here in a little bit. I just think I don't know what's going on with them, but I don't know what to really take with Dana. I think he's always been a guy that's more about himself and his own pockets than he is his fighters. He's got several fighters that have class action lawsuits against him. They all claim they have zero health care. They're kind of low paid. You don't have any control over who you fight or when you fight. You're just told, hey, you're fighting, be ready, blah, 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 all that. And then when it's all said and done, they throw these guys to the side and, they have no kind of retirement benefits, nothing for something that is a league. Like look at every other league out there, like the NFL or the NBA or Major League Baseball. They all have retirement funds.
Boxing the same way.
Well, boxing is more independent. It's not even a league, right? The UFC is an actual league that has MMA fighting, right? It's based on,
you're saying like that.
Yeah, like NFL, all that. They all have something, healthcare, retirement, whatever for these players that they can fall back onto. Or that, at the end of their career, they have something because they make enough money as well. They pay them well. And the UFC does none of that. The UFC is just like, hey, you're lucky you're fighting.
That's not true either, though. In the NFL, you got to play for so many years to even qualify for that. You got to play like 7 years for that. And how the NFL is, you might not make it to 7 years. Right? That's a lot. Especially like running backs and shit like that.
Mm-hmm.
They once your career, man, at the most.
Mm-hmm.
I done seen running backs. Yeah, some running backs.
5 years max, man.
We don't even make to get that. I forgot what's that. What it's called when you retire or something, you get that. I forgot what it's called, but for the NFL, it got to be 7 years. You got to make it 7 years. So just think if you probably I could see wide receivers might make it. They wide receivers last to they old. Quarterbacks can last to they old because they can be a backup. Look at Aaron Rodgers, he's still playing. Look at Russell Wilson, he's playing bad, but he a backup. So quarterbacks, probably linemen. But if you're a running back for the NFL or
wasn't the running backs trying to get something in this something to get theirs lower down to like 3 years or something like that because the average running back is 3 years. Your good running backs last 5 years on the average, but your average running back is about 3 years in the NFL, so they don't even get close to that 7 year span. Just got to drag along for the next 4 years, hoping they can just make a team. Get on practice squad, shit like that. But yeah, like I don't know if that's the route he's trying to go, trying to make a league, but he's definitely trying to make moves. The whole Paramount thing, like I don't know. Boxer went over to NBC Sports about a year and a half ago, and I thought, okay, let's see what this happens. This is a promotional company out of the UK. They teamed up with NBC Sports, and they were being shown on Peacock and stuff like that. But it was far and few, maybe 2 fights a year, 2 cards a year is what they kind of started out with. And I really haven't heard much from it. So we'll see if this is something that lasts for Paramount. They did sign a long-term deal, so we know it's at least going to be more than 1 year. And exactly how, they manage this, but I don't know how Dana White, for me, I don't know, we got enough sleazy promoters in boxing. I just don't feel like we need another one. That's my true opinion about it. Nothing against him. I mean, anybody making money, more power to you.
You gotta take control of your career, man.
Yeah.
Like for real, there's only a few boxers that's doing that right now. Like Shakur, he learned the game. He finally started. You know what I mean? Devin Haney came in, been doing it. Tank, he finally ended up doing it, coming his own boss. Terrence Crawford took him a minute. He ended up doing it. Terrence
sacrificed a lot. because he could have went and left his team, and they were trying to offer him all this to just leave, but he took the long route. But in the end, I think it paid off. But
sometimes it take longer than other.
Yeah.
Sometimes it takes till you 50, bro. Sometimes that don't happen when you think it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen.
Yeah.
When the Most High wants you to have it. So you know what I mean. So,
what do you think the average boxer, like as far as like the top boxers, how long do they usually stay on top, or what is their run? Do you think the average in boxing?
I don't know, because it depends on what boxers you're talking about. Because Floyd was on top for a minute. Canelo been on top for a minute. I feel like Bud been on top for a minute. He probably ain't wasn't like far as like the face of boxing like he is now, but he was been on top for a minute. Earl Spence was on top for a minute. Devontae Davis was on top for a minute. So it all just depends for real on the fighter. How long the fighter got that drive to be on top.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah. But yeah, what you're saying there with these guys taking control of their career, that's exactly one of my biggest worries. That the one thing that I've seen with boxing is that direction. Fighters getting smarter and saying, nah, look, man, I need to be able to control my career the way I want to fight these guys, and I'm going to have say in who I fight, when I fight. And that was a step forward for boxing, in my opinion. Fighters getting smarter and taking more control of their career. I feel like a guy like Dana White wants to strip that from these guys and take that back and say, no, I'm going to take control. I'm going to be the one to tell you who you fight, when you fight, how many times you fight, and what I'm going to pay you.
But he's not going to have no fighters doing that.
No, because I don't think he realizes
fighters is not getting dumber, they getting smarter.
Yeah, exactly. So, guys like Shakur, these guys have taken more control. Devin Haney was one of many who said, hey, I'm going to do 2 fights with you, and then I'm going to sign and do 3 fights with Top Rank, and then I'll do 2 fights with this guy. I'm going to taste where the belts are. I'm not going to sign with one company who doesn't have enough talent for me to fight 5 fights. Who the fuck I'm going to fight 5 guys in Top Rank? They don't have 5 guys that would be on the level of, where he would make actual money from that. So he was one of the guys that said, hey, I'm going to step in a different direction. But that's that's something I really didn't think about either. But the fact that Dana I feel like he will strip that from these guys if he has that opportunity to take control and say, no, you're going to do what you're told or go fuck yourself. Because that's how it is in the UFC, because they don't really have any competitors. The difference in boxing, you got PBC, you got Top Rank, you got DAZN, you got these other companies, even Pro Fight, you got them, you got Eye of the Tiger, you got different promotional companies that you have to compete against, and that these guys can say, well, fuck you, I'm going to go fight with these guys, I'm going to sign with them. And the UFC, you got Prime, but Prime doesn't really, it's not that UFC level to these guys in the MMA world. So the UFC is the NFL to them. So you don't really have a competitor to that. In boxing, you have other options. You don't have to sign shit. You don't have to deal with a guy like Dana White. You don't have to be like, well, fuck you, I'm going to make this. No, fuck you. I'm going to go over here and show you how much I can make. And so I don't know. Let's see how it goes for him. In my opinion, I don't see it going well at all, man. Let's talk about Tank versus Paul. They had the first press conference. There was a little difference in what they said the weight. They said they contracted at a 195 weight is the max weight that Jake Paul can get, or either fighter. We don't see, obviously, Tank Davis getting 195. But then Tank said, nah, I agreed to 190. And they're like, nah, you said 195, so 195 fight. And he's like, nah, I said 190. But I'm hearing Tank's going to get all the way up to 150. How much are you buying that Tank Davis can get up to 150?
I feel like he can. I mean, he's done been at 140 before, so I'm pretty sure he can get to 150.
But we see
I don't know how he's going to look, but
yeah.
I figured he could get, but that wasn't the question. Was can he get to 150?
Can he get to 150?
I feel like he could get to 150. I don't know how he's gonna look though, but
yeah. Now, for me, I'm also hearing rumors, and I can't really. This is just kind of what I've heard around sports talk, boxing talk, that Tank was forced into this fight. That he was training for Lamont Roach. That's who he was going to take a fight against. That's who he was going to take the rematch against Lamont. But PBC said no. We, in a way, they need the money, and Tank is the only guy that's going to get that fight opportunity and that type of money with a guy like Jake Paul. How much do you believe that Tank was forced into this fight against Jake Paul with PBC because how bad PBC is doing with Amazon? How many fighters they got setting on the side that are just going to how these guys haven't left and signed with other people? I just don't get it. But I've forgotten half of their fighters because they've only fought half of their fucking fighters. Fandor, Tszyu, Thurman. I mean, they keep repeating the same fucking guys. Tank. You know what I mean? They're not putting their other talent out there. So how much do you buy that PBC has forced Tank into this fight for money reasons?
I don't buy it at all. I feel like Tank did what he wanted to do.
You think this is completely his decision?
Yeah, because it was almost about to be. He was talking about fighting Anthony Joshua. All right, so it was almost over. The fight wasn't gonna probably happen if Tank would have went ahead and took that Lamont Roach rematch. Because when he was talking about the Lamont Roach rematch, that's when he was talking about fighting Anthony Joshua. But as soon as Tank backed out and said he is fighting, that's when you heard. I mean, that's when you heard about him and Tank. So I feel like Tank did what was best for his career right now as far as money.
All right. Also, rumors that, well, not rumors, Tank said it himself. This is his last fight. How much do you buy that? With Tank's previous history, Tank has never had a love for boxing. He's made that clear. He's always said he wanted to retire by the age of 28. He wanted to be out of boxing. Do you buy that, hey, I make this money, I'm done with Tank? Or do we ever see the Shakur Stevenson fight?
We might not never see that. I ain't even thinking about that no more. And I'm like, how I feel about Tank, like, man, you do what you gonna do, bro. Do I respect it if he don't fight these guys? No, I don't respect it. But he his own man. Who am I to tell him what to do? But
yeah,
I know what we want to see happen, but we don't know what he want to do, how he feel about the sport. So we can't really say that. We don't even know the backstory for real. How everything switched. Everybody keeps saying this and that, but what's the backstory? Because he was saying he had a 6-fight deal, so something had to happen where he like, man, fuck this shit, man.
Who, Tank had a 6-fight deal?
Yeah, he been said he had a 6-fight deal.
I mean, think about what probably happened. PBC can't provide that platform.
That's what I'm saying. I'm saying everybody's saying this and that, but they ain't looking at the backstory of like, damn, he said he had a 6-fight deal. I wonder what happened. I'm sure it ain't his fault.
You don't have 6 guys for him to fight.
Yeah.
And they're not willing to promote with guys like Top Rank, and that's what killed the Shakur fight to begin with.
No, Shakur went with Top Rank when they was starting to talk.
So he was originally the very first time they were trying to negotiate.
Shakur was already gone when they negotiated, and they was gonna give Shakur that 6.5.
Yeah.
Shakur was already gone.
Okay, so but I can see what you're saying there. For me, I don't know, man. Like Tank has never I just like you said. Do I respect the fact that where do we place him in the echelons of where do we put him in boxing greatness all time when he's leaving so many questions on the table, many fights?
That's what I think to the
does he make a boxing Hall of Fame in your opinion? If he walks away after Jake Paul, does Tank make the boxing Hall of Fame?
I'm gonna say this. We got to come to the realization. we can't want nothing for another man that he don't want for himself. So if he don't put himself on that pedestal of wanting to
Great.
have a legacy, wanting to be in the Hall of Fame, wanting to be the greatest, wanting to be the best, how can we put him there? We can't judge him off of that if he the person that don't want to be there. Now, if he was the person talking like he wanted to be there, then I'll say, oh yeah, he this and that. But I came to the conclusion that ain't there, and I'm about to even work myself up over like where
Yeah,
the
yeah,
tank,
yeah.
where should Tank be at? He don't want to be there. So guess what? Make it easy. I don't see him there.
Yeah.
My
I love that response because that's my response. If you don't want it,
yeah,
you don't want to be a legend. You don't fight to be a legend. You fight for the money. You don't care about legacy. I mean, he's never really cared about belts either. He's got
ever, bro,
he's not really ever cared.
ever.
He's always cared about the money side. I mean, he learned that from Floyd, and you can't blame a guy for that. If that's your way to make that money, to get rich, to get where you want to get in life, do what you need to do. But like you said, don't expect us to say, yeah, you should be in the Hall of Fame. Oh, yeah, you were a great boxer. You didn't want it the way the greats wanted it. So we can't give you that same type of love.
I'm not gonna give him that love because guess what? He don't want it. Tank don't want it. Tank don't never talk like he
true. He
like
probably
he wants.
He probably
He done said it once before. Back then when he was rocking with Floyd and shit, and Floyd was putting him on that pedestal, but I think he only was doing that to get to where he at now. You know what I'm saying? So since he split with Floyd and all that shit, he ain't really been talking like that. He fought Ryan Garcia. That wasn't for no belt or nothing.
No.
Like we gotta understand, he fought Rolly. That wasn't for no fucking belt for real, man. Come on, man. Like, make it make sense. He been doing it for the money, bro. Like, he ain't doing it for legacy. He don't even say he doing it for legacy. Like, he never say he does it for legacy.
About legacy. He's always had that I don't care attitude, and he's made it clear that he doesn't love the sport of boxing. He said that several times. I don't like boxing. You know, I don't watch it when I'm not doing it. I'm not a boxing guy. He said that. So, you know, I don't know why we would be so surprised by him not really like, hey, I'm going to take this Jake Paul fight. I'm going to walk the fuck away. And I'll leave that forever Shakur versus Tank fight out there. But if I was Shakur, I think you control him into taking that fight in 2026 at some point. I guarantee you control him. Man, they've been trolling him into taking that fight.
Well, we can't, bro.
Just keep putting it.
Bro, they never gonna troll each other like that. Bro. They feel it's trolling.
Shakur was just trolling him about that.
Listen. No. It was not trolling, bro. That is beef. It's different.
It was trolling, but
them boys say, look, listen what I'm telling you, though. Listen what I'm telling you. It's not trolling. Trolling is different. That is real beef. They don't like each other. If I'm trolling, okay, all right, do something to make me want to fight you. All right, then I might fight you. This is beef, meaning Tank already said. Tank basically like, bro, I ain't putting no money in your pocket. Fuck you.
Yeah.
You want a payday, and I ain't giving it to you. Fuck you. That's different, bro.
True.
That should be different. That's not. He's not gonna be able to.
Yeah,
he's not gonna be able to troll Tank because Tank disappears off the internet if he ain't got nothing going on, bro. You can't. And not saying he don't see the shit, but if Tank don't got nothing going on, Tank completely disappears, bro.
But how long do you think? Because I think as much as he says he doesn't love boxing, I think he does in a way love boxing. I think he loves challenges. I think he loves proving people wrong. I think he loves being the underdog.
I'm gonna go off what he said. He said he don't. He said he don't love boxing. I gotta take his word. That's one thing too. We gotta start doing. Gotta start taking motherfuckers' words, bro. Even though we might think something else, if this man saying that shit out of his mouth, Believe,
Well, it's
believe.
almost like we want to convince them ourselves. Like, nah, you don't really think that. Like, deep down, we want
Yeah,
to tell our
yeah.
shit to them. Like,
And that should
you
be a
don't.
headache though. That
Like,
shit get
you should
tiring.
think like this. Yeah, and I get that. Like, yeah, I get what
Like
you're saying, but we're like, nah. We
it's to,
would love to see you fight Shakur. Like,
yeah, and it's to the
you
point
do
now
this.
though. It's to the point now though, bro. It's like either fight or shut the fuck up, man. I'm tired
Yeah,
of all
yeah,
the man.
yeah.
Terrence Crawford, he done set a new wave, man. Either fight or shut the fuck up, man. Because
Take
listen,
those
after,
challenges, fight the best, or shut the fuck up. And that's the
and
truth.
not even that though. We ain't about to keep talking about what you could do or what I could do to you when we both can
The
see
woulda,
what.
shoulda, coulda, and the ifs.
No, not even the woulda, shoulda, coulda. When we both grown man, we both in the sport where we can make it happen. We ain't about to keep I'm not even about to keep like when they had that shit going on with Shakur and Tank, just had that shit, recent shit. Man, I ain't even engaged in it because I'm tired of seeing that
Yeah,
bullshit. Like nobody want to keep seeing two grown ass men back and forth and y'all ain't fighting about it, bro. We ain't about to be keep selling wolf tickets, bro. Y'all selling wolf tickets,
yeah,
bro.
yeah, yeah.
I ain't saying y'all selling wolf tickets as far as like y'all scared of each other or y'all won't fight each other. I'm saying y'all selling us wolf tickets because we want to see the shit, but we already know we ain't probably gonna get the shit. So why keep even engaging into it? Like Shakur, like leave that shit alone. Like you said, you just gonna leave it alone, leave it alone. If he don't want to fight you, he don't want to fight you, bro. Maybe go challenge yourself and you good, go challenge yourself now and move up to 140, bro. Or
Yeah.
move up to 147. Like
Fight.
leave him alone, bro. He don't want to fight you, or he's not gonna fight you, bro. Leave it alone, bro. You said you the best fighter. You trying to be the face of boxing, all this shit. Move up, bro. It's ton of gas you can fight at 140, bro. Like
Yeah.
we ain't about to keep
Agree
chasing
with
Tank.
that.
We ain't about to keep
Out
chasing
of
Tank,
the-
and Tank ain't trying to fight you. That shit is like leave it
Yeah,
alone, bro.
because like you said, it's also a waste of time on time, or you could be
And I
scheduling.
fuck with both of y'all. I fuck with both
Yeah.
of them, and at the same time, I'm like kind of here with Tank because I'm like, bro, show these boys who you is for real, bro. They trying to play you. They trying to, but at the same time, I don't know where it's man. I don't know what happened with PDC with his contract, the 6 fights, because he was into that shit. Like, yeah, he on the list for 6 fights. Now it was like, man, I'm about to retire from this shit. Which
Yeah.
there could be some shit in the game with the people he with. We don't
Yeah.
know. You know what I'm saying? We
Yeah.
probably get it sooner or later once he can really like, all right, he got a contract or he retired and he really talk about the reason why he probably can't talk about that shit right now. You get what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
at the same time, because AB done said some shit about him before. And this was way back. Like AB done said some shit about that promotion before. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, so they weren't paying AB all this money. He wasn't getting all this money at once, all type of shit. So I won't be surprised. Like, but at the same time, but I'm just tired of the Shakur and Tank conversation. Shakur just move up. This motherfucker's at 140. You said you'll go up to 140 to fight Teofimo. Go up there and stay there. Fuck it, because this
Yeah.
motherfucker's there.
I'd like to see him move to 140 just because I'd like to see.
And you could go chase Devin.
WBA
You could go
and
chase. You could go chase Devin.
Yeah.
Right. You know what
Not
I mean?
only can you chase Devin, but you can chase. You can go right up. Like they already talked about him and Teo agreeing verbally. Now we know how verbal agreements in boxing, as much as shit on paper.
Yeah.
But the fact is, they have both said, "Hey, yeah, as soon as Shakur is back and 100% ready to go, then we're going to make that fight happen." So that's a great fight for him to start at 140. I mean, damn, you going up against Teo, and I like to see how that fight plays out because I like how Teo moves, and I like the smarts and the IQ of Shakur, and I like to see how he handles a guy like Teo. And Teo always shows up when it's the best. He shows the fuck up, ready to fight.
I don't think that's gonna be no easy fight either. That ain't gonna be no easy. That ain't gonna be no easy.
Oh
fight
no,
for
hell
sure.
no, hell no. But that's the type of fights we want to see you make and put on your resume. Everybody said you don't want Zepeda. He got Zepeda, showed everybody that, hey, I'm above fucking Zepeda.
Man, Zepeda ain't shit, man.
Zepeda.
I don't care what nobody say, bro. Dude ain't shit, bro. I didn't. When I first seen him fight, I told you Shakur gonna pick him apart, bro. He ain't shit, bro. Like, he ain't shit, bro. Zepeda ain't shit, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I'll let a million punches and stop it, bro.
Yeah.
Stop it.
Yeah. Well, you throw a million punches hoping you land one good one. That's some wild type of fighters. But I like Zepeda at 135 to stay at 135 and give some of those guys down there good fights, like, Schofield and Cruz and Mortala. I think he's a great guy to challenge all those guys at 135 to really see where they're at.
To see where they at. Yeah. He's that type of fighter that you can put to see where he at, but he ain't he's moving up to 140 now. He won't make it. He won't make it. All right. No, man.
All right. Next up, and moving on to the International Boxing Hall of Fame, has Gennady Golovkin, Vernon Forrest, and Steve Collins included on the 2026 ballot. Of course, Atlanta. Forrest is from Atlanta, Georgia, 41-3. Held the title at welterweight and junior middleweight, and twice defeated 2020 inductee Shane Mosley in 2002. And then, Ireland's Collins was 36-3, is another two-weight belt holder, having claimed WBO titles at middleweight and super middleweight in the 1990s. And, of course, we know about Triple G being one of the best middleweights of his era. And being one of the most dominant punchers that we've seen in a really long time as far as his power and everything like that. What's your thought on this Hall of Fame class? I like Vernon Forrest a lot. You're not big on it? You're laughing about it.
Yeah, because
like, come on.
Vernon Forrest, I remember his name, but I just be, and I don't know, it just was I had this conversation with I don't know who it was, my little brother, I think. And then, it might have been my boy. Nah, it was my boy Twan. It was Twan. And I'm like, bro, for real, like, who Triple G fight?
I mean, he did beat. He's got a pretty good record, actually.
He got a good record, but who he fight?
He beat Jacobs. Jacobs was a hell of a fighter, one of the best at the middleweight divisions, one of the toughest fight, and everybody said which was his actual toughest fight. He was ducked a lot also. I mean, this guy lost 3 fights in the amateurs, won 394 fights. You know what I'm saying?
That's the amateur though.
And 3 in the amateurs. When he came up to the pro level, nobody wanted that smoke with him. He was too dangerous. That punching style, how powerful he was.
I guess I caught him at the wrong time. I really caught him.
Like, go back and watch Triple G and any of it.
The power, cool, but who did he beat up though? Like, we
know he beat Canelo in that first fight.
That's cool.
Even though it was called on Canelo's side, he beat Canelo. Everybody even said he got completely robbed in that fight. He beat Jacobs, who was a hell of a fighter. I'm sure there's other guys on that list.
Name me 5 people. Once you can name me 5 people, I'll be cool with it.
I'd have to look at, but I'm sure he's got 5 guys on there. Like I said, he was the guy that was very ducked at middleweight. People didn't want that smoke. That punch was too heavy on him. I like him in the Hall of Fame. You could argue, maybe the Collins guy. Maybe there wasn't a lot of guys to put on there. Vernon Forrest, of course, we know Vernon Forrest out of Atlanta, Georgia, the name and all that. I'm not too disappointed with the class, but I like Triple G being in there. I am a Triple G fan. I enjoyed him as a fighter. He had once-in-a-lifetime power, and he wasn't just a power guy, though. He was a very calculated fighter. He didn't just depend on his power. He knew how to use the ring. He knew how to use footwork, knew how to break a guy down, and was always smarter than the guy across from him. Very calculated guy. Loved watching Triple G.
I got to see his resume.
You don't have to see his resume. Just go watch about 4 of his fights.
I don't mean that. I could watch his fight, 4 fights, and they'd be against bum.
Well, not really bums. He fought some tough guys. You talking
about Brandon Jacobs.
Brandon Jacobs was a good fighter. Don't sleep on Jacobs.
He was decent. He was decent.
All right, moving on. Manny Pacquiao. Let's move on from that shit. All right, Manny Pacquiao launched promotions of MVP in the United States as his next venture designed to reshape the future of the sport he helped, define. What do you think about him opening up a promotional company here in the U.S.? What do you think Manny Pacquiao can do as a promoter? Can he bring goodness to the sport? Or is he too lighthearted?
Fuck Pacquiao, man. He came back. He came back and fucked boxing up, man. Fuck Pacquiao.
I mean, tell me about it. He's gonna go fight Rolly. He's still in the sport. How you gonna start a promotional? Because you still in the sport of boxing. You still like you got a lot going on, my guy. You are a busy dude. You over there singing songs and you're a singer in the Philippines. You're the mayor of the Philippines or something, the president of the Philippines. I don't know. And then still in boxing, all that shit. I don't know. I don't think it's a bad thing, but it depends on who he can bring in. Freddie Roach is way past. I think he's to the point of retirement, to be honest. So I don't really see him being much of a. I mean, of course, Freddie Roach is always a help anytime he wants to come in. But Freddie's at that point where he's going to retire at some point. What do we got here? The International Boxing Association, the IBA, today announced it will be staging a 2025 IBA Men's Elite World Championship between December 2nd and December 13th at Dubai's National Tennis Stadium. It will be a showcase of their plan for 2 weeks festival of boxing. Let me see. And the prize money is up to $300,000, $150,000 first and second place. Of course, third place $75,000, and then like $25,000 for the fourth place guy, or $10,000, something like that. But IBA is kind of that new organization, kind of jumping into boxing, trying to say, hey, we're going to clean up the sport, we're going to organize it, we're going to make it a better sport. They got guys like Terrence Crawford backing them. They got guys like Tyson Fury backing them. So this is something I like to see in international competition. Get some exposure to these young guys who are not quite out there, give them an opportunity to not only make some money, but make a name for themselves in the months where we don't have a lot going on in December for boxing. I like this a lot. Don't think it's a bad idea. What's your thoughts on that IBA competition? Is that something that you would view into? I got to figure out where it's going to air at, and all that kind of stuff for you guys. I'll figure that out here next time on the next show, figure out exactly the air time and what channel you might be able to catch that on.
What is it now?
It's the IBA. It's the International Boxing Association. They are kind of new to the sport, I would say. I don't get me wrong.
Keep our asses out of boxing, man. We don't need we don't need nothing new coming up.
Back to them, bro.
I don't give a fuck.
Tyson Fury.
That's my boy. But listen, we don't need no new shit in boxing, bro. Boxing ain't even came to boxing is still on the up, bro. We still trying to. It's like women's basketball, bro. We still trying to get these fighters paid for their talent, bro. So we don't need motherfuckers keep coming in, promotion company this, promotion company that. Yeah. This and that, bro. We don't need that right now, bro. We don't. If I'm lying, do we need that right now?
We don't need Dana White.
No, bro.
And I'm not saying we need that. We don't need the IBA either. It's not a needed thing. But do we need more exposure for younger guys?
That's guys? Cool.
We do. And that's the only reason I like something like this, because it's going to be young guys that we haven't heard of, guys trying to make a name for themselves, because I'm pretty sure the IBAs, they're not going to get.
So what they doing, like a little tournament or something?
Yeah. It's during a boxing festival that they're having that week. It's going to be a tournament between December 2nd and December 13th. It's going to go through that time. And they're going to put some of these young guys, different weight divisions against each other, give them an opportunity to win first place, get $300,000, get a nice little payday out of it.
And that might be decent. Well, so we don't need it.
That, because I don't.
That's cool.
It's
That's
not
cool.
like Dana White. I feel like it's not like I don't know. I feel like the IBA, with some of the stuff that I've read on them, they seem to be more about organizing the sport in a positive way with a proper, like a proper damn.
Shit, let's get us a promotion company and shit going, then, bro. Come on, perfect.
I lost damn track, but you get what I feel like they're not such a bad thing for boxing.
No, that's not bad. That's something like the Contenders. You remember the Contenders? That's cool, but all this motherfuckers trying to come in and boxing, make a new this and that. Right now, we don't need that right now because the first thing is to get these boxers paid for their talent, bro. Like it ain't about promotion.
But you can't get paid if you're not getting seen, right? I mean, look at a guy like Shakur Stevenson. We know Shakur. Boxing knows Shakur. But Shakur's not on that level quite yet to where he's selling out stadiums. He's selling out arenas unless you put him against the right guy, right? You can put against almost anybody he's going to sell, right? You call
Shakur's not selling out arenas and that type shit because why? He's not a knockout artist. Why do you think Terrence was getting noticed and notified? If he would have just been beating motherfuckers regular boxing, it probably would have took Terrence a longer time to get where he at. But him going on that KO streak, stopping everybody, stopping Sean Porter, stopping these people, that's what got motherfuckers on the notice. You see, they just try to slow him down. Oh, he ain't knocked Majimov off. This. You know what I'm saying? Then he hit him with the Floyd, with Canelo. I'm going to just box you. Like, you know what I'm saying? So now he's to the level now that motherfuckers just want to see if somebody can beat him. Whether he knock him out or KO him. Before that, it was, I don't think he won because he ain't knocked Majimov out. But he was boxing the shit out of Majimov.
Yeah.
And Majimov had a awkward style. But Shakur might not never get to that height just because he's not a knockout artist. Like Devin Haney, he got to that height because of the people he fought. The fighters he fought. Yeah. He went to go get them motherfuckers.
So, I mean, but he wasn't knocking nobody out. Devin wasn't knocking anybody. Devin wasn't knocking nobody out.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah. And you know what?
He was not a knockout, but he built his name pretty fast. I think because he was willing to go take that opportunity. And I think what boosted him was the Cabosa fight. Going to Australia, fighting a guy like Cabosa.
But I think the Lomachenko fight boosted him.
Yeah, I mean, for sure that boosted him because it put his name in. A lot of people thought he lost that fight. I watched that fight. I really think he won that fight.
I thought he won that fight too, for sure.
I really think he won. He gets a lot of hate for that fight, but I 100% thought he did.
I really thought he won that fight. Like I was saying he hitting Lomachenko with body shots that was backing Lomachenko up.
Yeah, exactly, and he was doing it consistently. I think he got a lot of hate, but I think you're right. That fight probably did propel him, into more.
Hey, just how his daddy was promoting him too, though. That goes a long way because look at Kid Austin.
Yeah,
his daddy promoting him, but his name buzzing around. You get what I'm saying? It's buzzing around.
Out there, getting in the air. Yeah. It's like not being talked about. Like being talked about could never be a bad thing.
And look at this though.
Bad or good because you're gonna get that. They're talking about you. That's all.
And then look, we're gonna take Kid Austin and put him with Abdullah. We know Abdullah. Abdullah stopping shit, but he ain't his dad. I'm gonna say they humble, so they real humble over there, right?
Yeah, they are.
His dad is not doing all that extra shit that Kid Austin daddy is doing that almost got him a Shakur fight. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, true.
How his daddy promoting him.
Yeah.
We ain't talking about Abdullah Mason fighting no damn Shakur right now. Why?
No,
Because it's that they ain't promoting it like that now.
we're not
Do
talking
we?
about it. That's not their. They're just going next fight to next fight. You give us an opponent, we'll fight them. Who do you want to fight? Whoever you put in front of us. They're not talking.
And we know Abdullah Mason, but the world don't know him yet. Even
No.
and he just headlined took
So
Keyshawn's spot.
yeah, Keyshawn took Keyshawn's
But
spot. Yeah.
but the world still don't know him like that. Even though he did that, boxers know him. Like he gonna get more known on this fight that's about to come up because of the card, But guess what?
Do you think with JoJo?
Oh no, not Kia Austin. I'm talking about Abdullah.
I thought you was talking about Austin versus JoJo. I'm like, man, I don't know.
Kia Austin already known, bro. He probably got a bigger name than Abdullah right now, bro. Just because
I have to agree with that. Yeah, I think he does too, especially after that last fight against
not
Devin.
even the last fight, just him, his daddy, the way he was talking and the Shakur shit, bro. It's the promotion, how they promoted him. You get what I'm saying? Like Top Rank never promoted Shakur like, oh, well, yeah, we going after Tank. We can beat Tank. Shakur had to do that.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? It's a difference when your promoter or your dad talking that shit. It's different when your promoter talking that shit. Look where Teofimo got because of his dad. You get what I'm saying?
Yeah, facts. You need that hype guy, almost like
that. Sometimes it don't just take you. You ain't just good enough. No matter how good you is in that ring, it ain't just about your talent all the time. It's about the motherfuckers that can talk shit for you too. A motherfucker that really believe you could beat these motherfuckers, even if they don't think you could beat these motherfuckers that can talk that mouthpiece and get you there. And that's what Kia Austin Daddy did. He damn near got him a Shakur. He had the Shakur fight in his hand.
Yeah.
You get what I'm saying? So sometimes the talent don't always be what could take you there. Sometimes it's the person behind you, the promoter. That's why you think motherfuckers be going to.
Oh, what happened to my guy? Dang. But yeah, I get exactly what he's talking about there with the father being able to promote you a little bit more. And not just a father, just a good promoter all the way around. My guy Spade is back again. But yeah, I get 100% of what you're saying with somebody being able to promote you properly.
Yeah.
And putting that, even like, it's weird because it's like if they're talking about it, it don't matter if it's good or bad. They're talking about you, which is going to get your name out there. If you're out there, and his dad went on every platform he could think of and said, my son can beat this dude. He can beat Shakur. He could beat Tank. Put him in the ring against anybody. He going to beat him. And he went out to every platform he could think of.
Yeah, talking that shit. Even if that motherfucker was lying, he was talking that shit.
Yeah, exactly. He promoted his son in a way that Top Rank or PBC or The Zone and these guys don't think about doing. He used the proper channels to get his son's name out there even more and get them bigger fights. So, yeah, I get 100% of what you're saying.
Yeah, you're doing your thing right there, bro. Yeah,
use the channels around you and promote your son, promote yourself.
Yeah.
With your own channels. Even if you don't have a hype man next to you, promote yourself with the proper channels because there's plenty of them out there that's willing to talk to these young up and coming big name boxers that are the next thing. There's plenty of guys out there that want to talk to you, want to put you on their shit.
And guess what? Guess how Frank
come talk to Brandon. We'll put you on there.
Guess how Frank Martin got the Tank fight because he was talking that shit.
Yep. Exactly. These guys talked it up and they made it possible. Rolly is an absolute one of the best examples that you could put out there because Rolly has not had a hype man behind him. He's been his own man 100%. I'm Rolly. I'm the shit. You guys can't fuck with me. Nobody's fucking with Rolly. You know? Like Rolly did his thing by himself. Didn't need a hype man, but that's a perfect example. If you don't have somebody to sell your fucking self and make sure that people know you just by talking, even if it's just getting your name out into the proper channels. Yeah, I like that. I like that a lot, my guy. Of course, 50 years ago, we had the October 1st, 1975, was the Thrilla in Manila in the Philippines against Ali and Fraser was the third and final fight against these guys. That's some history for you guys on October 1st.
Man, that was 50 years ago. That's some shit,
50
bro.
years ago today. Ali Fraser 3. The Thrilla in Manila in the Philippines, hotter than God knows what. And, these two guys banged it out, of course. It was a great fight. History was made that night. History was made. Now, this one, guys, what do we got here? Man, some of this just my eyesight has gotten so damn bad anymore. I swear it has. We got to October 50 years ago. Oh, damn, I went to the wrong damn thing. But, yeah, we had that in the Philippines. What was before that? Man, my thing is off here. Oh, that's scrolling across the bottom. I have to go back over this one. I'm not sure what I'm even reading here, guys. The deal was beginning to set on 2026, according to the press release. Oh, that was about the TKO thing. Oh, we're already past that. TKO talking about them. I already talked about they're going to do about 12 fights. That was old. I forgot to move that up into the proper spot. That's why we got caught up there. I don't have much news. You got anything for Spades Big Corner? You got anything for us, my guy, that you want to bring up on Spades Corner that you're thinking of that's coming across your mind in boxing right now? Any news? Let's go over, if you want, if you don't have any news, let's talk about the upcoming schedule for boxing. Honestly, man, it's going to start heating up on October. Why is it not bringing up my thing here? Give me the schedule. But, yeah, it's going to start heating up on October 11th with the Boots Ennis fight. I think my thing froze up. There we go.
Boots got to fight somebody, man.
He's going to start out, he's trying to take baby steps at 154, which I ain't
trying to hear that shit, man. I'm not trying to hear that.
I'm 100%
baby steps.
He's going to fight Usama Lima on October 11th. That's when boxing starts to heat up a little bit more for us, guys. You got a nice little co-main event, Khalil Coe and Jesse Hart on that one. And then that's going to take us into Danny Garcia is going to be back on the versus Daniel Gonzalez on October 18th. We all like to watch Danny Garcia. I like him a lot. I'll be checking that fight out. Oh, you back with me, big dog? Oh, hold on, let me get you on. Yeah, I was just talking about Danny Garcia being back on the schedule against Daniel Gonzalez on the 18th of October. And then also you got Sebastian Fedora versus Keith Thurman, which is going to have Shockey.
I'm watching that.
Yeah, that's going to be a hell of a card. Yeah, you got Jesus Ramos Jr. versus Shane Mosley Jr. on that also. That's on October 25th. Like I said, it's starting to heat up. And then also on October 25th, you're going to get Joseph Parker versus Fabio Wardley for a heavyweight contender. I think that's going to be an elimination fight with these two guys to see who gets the opportunity to possibly fight Usyk next for the unification at heavyweight. Also moving down, and like I said, man, October just heats up for us. We're going to start in November with a nice little Virgil Ortiz versus Erickson Lubin on November 8th. That's got the Floyd Schofield versus Jojo Diaz fight on that. I'm not real big on that fight. I feel like Jojo Diaz, I don't want to be that guy that's like a dick. Everybody loves Jojo Diaz, but fuck, the guy's lost 6 of fucking 8 fights. 6 of his last 8 fights.
I guess because the way he just fought. Didn't he just fight, what's his name?
He fought Regis Prograde.
Yeah.
He just got his fucking ass kicked by Jack Catterall. Before that, got his ass kicked by Devin Haney. Yeah. What was it? I'm sorry, I'm not impressed with Regis. He's an older fighter. Also, JoJo continues to get opportunity after opportunity, and people love Jojo Diaz, and they're probably like, stop hating on JoJo. But here's my things. Floyd Schofield could be fighting somebody like Andy fucking Cruz, Raymond Mortala, Zepeda, somebody a little bit more up the ladder. that's going to challenge him more. I don't see JoJo being a fucking challenge. That fight against Prograis was the level. You know, we talk about levels. They were the same level of fighters. They're not horrible. They're not great, but they're at the end of their careers. And JoJo keeps it. So I'm not impressed with the JoJo versus Schofield fight, but that's going to be a co-main event on the Virgil Ortiz fight versus Erickson Lubin, and that's going to be on November 8th. That fight's going to be. And then you're going to get the Gervonta Tank Davis fight versus Jake Paul. That's going to be November 14th. Alicia Baumgardner is going to be the co-main event on that. She just vacated her belt because something with a disagreement with the WBC. But you got Gary Antoine Russell versus Andy Hiroka on that. How is Gary Antoine Russell not the co-main event? I love Alicia Baumgardner, but how do you not have Gary Antoine Russell as your co-main event?
He promoted for females, so he got to do what he's doing.
I mean, I get that, but fuck, put the proper fight at the co-main event. I like Alicia, but come on, who do you want to see at co-main? Who do you want to see before the fight? Do you want to see Gary Russell at Antoine Russell at?
I don't really give a fuck because I don't know who the fuck he fighting, so I wouldn't care. To be honest.
I mean, you don't know the guy he's fighting.
Hell no.
I don't really know much about that guy either.
So I wouldn't even give a fuck.
You ain't wrong on that, but I don't know the girl that. But I also don't know the girl that Alicia Baumgardner's fighting.
Well, sometimes you barely know the girl that the other girl's fighting anyway.
Exactly. So I'm with you on that, but
I gotta keep it real, brother. I'm just here to keep it real.
You kept it 100% real. I respect it. You know, Chris Eubanks Jr. is going to be fighting Conor Benn on November 25th for the second time in that fight. That's a pretty good fight. You got Jack Catterall versus Usman on the co-main event on that. I like Jack Catterall a lot, even though he took a loss in his last fight. Didn't look so great. Might be towards the end of his career, but hey,
I think Tank fuck with Gary Antoine Russell because every time Tank fight, he always on the card.
Yeah.
It might not fuck with his brother, but for some reason, I feel like Tank fuck with him. Because every time Tank fight, if you realize he on the card with Tank.
True, I didn't really pay much attention to it until you said something. But that's why I think maybe, be a co-main event. Well, he probably doesn't have much say over this. Because once again, that's something that we really didn't touch on. How did Jake Paul manage to get this on Netflix when this is a PBC, when Tank is a PBC fighter, and PBC has had nothing but, I would say, a complete downfall with Amazon. How's Amazon like, nah, we want this fight? How did Netflix, well, probably money. You think Netflix has got more money than Prime? That's a tough battle.
You heard who?
Prime. Who got more money?
Netflix.
Jeff Bezos makes over $33 million a day, bro. A day. The owner of Prime.
I mean, but it's not about the money when it comes to that. It's about who gonna tune in to what. What's also free, what's not. What's promoting better, what's not.
Yeah.
It ain't always about the money.
But also Netflix has that 95 countries they can stream it out to, or 190, something like 95 different countries they can stream out to. So that, I guess, is a bigger platform than what
motherfuckers need to give me some money. How about that?
Tell me about it, man. Come on, Netflix. You want to get into the sport of boxing? Sign up with Bourbon and Boxing, bro.
Man, put us on Netflix.
Put us on Netflix. Come on. We don't even need to be paid a whole lot, but we need millions because we stars like that.
We don't even need millions. Just give first first contract.
Don't undersell us, brother. No. We need $1 million a piece on our first contract.
Nah. We gonna give y'all 3 shows. We want 350,000.
That's it. I can't argue with that either.
That's what I was about to say. Shit, we give y'all 3 shows. See how I go. Give us 350. Goddamn.
Yeah.
Tune in.
Man, I'm gonna have to I'm just gonna let you negotiate shit. Because I'll be walking out like they said no, man. They said no. Well, what'd you tell them? Like, I said $5 million apiece. Eisen us. But yeah, going on with the schedule. Also, November 22nd, you're going to get David Benavidez versus Anthony Yard, which I think is a really good fight. And of course, you got the Brian Norman versus Devin Haney fight on that. You got the Abdullah Mason versus Sam Noki's fight on that. You got the Bam Rodriguez versus Fernando Martinez fight, and the Arthur Benavides versus Dion Nicholson. I mean, come on, man. That's got to be maybe the card of the fucking year. And I know we've had some really stacked cards, but good Lord, going through that list of that on November 22nd, that's an amazing card that we got coming up. Of course, you got Noah Inoue going to be December 27th against Alan David Pacico. But I've also heard that we might be getting the Lamont Roach versus Pitbull Cruz early in December. What's your thoughts on that fight, Lamont Roach versus Pitbull Cruz? Isaac Cruz at 140.
This would be a good fight.
I'm going for a big dog at 140, moving up to 140. What do you think about him moving to 140? I mean, he just moved to 135 to fight Tank. He's originally 130 guy. Doesn't he hold a belt at 130? Am I mistaken? Or
yeah, he did. I don't know if we.
So is he just stripped at this point? Like, did they take that? Because there's, I mean, I only know like Shockey, Shockey Foster has a belt. Nunes has a belt. Emmanuel Navarrete has a belt at 130, and then of course Roach. I haven't heard anything about him being stripped of his belt at 130.
He did. I really don't. Mm-hmm.
If he did, I haven't heard much about it. But what's your thoughts on that fight? That's a pretty good little fight at 140. How do you think Roach fares at 140 against a guy like?
I mean, it's a good test for him. We'll see. We'll see the battle. Pitbull ain't no hope. And they the same size, so we're going to see.
Yeah.
We're going to see if he can stand that pressure.
Yeah, I like that fight with the size and everything. That's a really a 135 fight, but two guys at 140 going to take that fight. I like that a lot. Of course, Keyshawn Davis did get awarded the number one spot, number one contender ranking at for the WBC, if I'm correct, whatever belt Teofimo Lopez has. He is awarded the number one contender at 140. So we could possibly see, I know people said it will never happen, but how long can, if Shakur's going to 140 to fight Teo, say beats Teo, let's say Keyshawn beats the guy that he has to fight for the elimination fight, how do you avoid a fight with Keyshawn and Shakur?
Because Shakur already said he beat Teo. He gonna vacate so Keyshawn could get the belt. You already said that out of his mouth.
That's silly. Why not fight? Why not make that
They're
fight?
not gonna fight each other, bro.
Why not?
We ain't even gonna keep doing it. We already discussed it.
Doing it the same way
to
keep skipping each other. Like, come on,
they brothers.
You just gotta put it to the side and fight each other. Like, that's a fight. Who doesn't want to
say that? You can't say that with somebody when they out, and it's different, bro. It's a different mindset fighting somebody, bro. Like,
put your feelings to the side, and
there ain't no feelings. You can't put feelings over. You can't put feelings over family, bro.
That's
you
true.
Can't say you can't do that.
That's
and
true.
When it's a life and death situation, and something was to happen where one of these guys probably never be able to fight again, and they the ones that did it to each other, and then what?
I get that, but man, that's part of your sport. That can happen to any dude you step into the ring for. You know what I'm saying? Like, you gotta have that. Like,
that's against somebody else. That ain't against some motherfuckers where the people that my family love and your family love. That's different.
Right. Okay, how about this one? Rumors that I'm hearing early 2026, Spence versus Charlo. How much are you buying that? These are two dudes that were brothers. Spence said he would never fight Charlo.
I ain't never heard Spence say that.
I never heard it in the interview. I actually heard that in the interview that they was family, but Charlo said the opposite. It was an interview where they had Spence where he was getting ready to fight Crawford.
I don't even think they
were doing
that. They cool, but they ain't like Shakur and Keyshawn. They cool. His coach, he ended up coming with Errol Spence and them later in his career, but
Yeah,
They ain't boys. They from Houston. He from Dallas, bro.
I don't know. The way they explained it was
Nah.
Spence side. Spence said he looked at Charlo's like family. The
Man,
Charlo,
that's when they
the younger Charlo brother said, "Money talks. If the money's
man.
right, I
Right,
would make that.
right,
If the
right,
money's right, I
right.
would make that."
Spence was probably just being humble. How Spence be humble. That's
Yeah.
all. That's all it was. And they both was getting trained by the same coach. That's all it was.
If that fight happens, who would you take, Spence or Charlo? Both been out of the ring a little bit.
I don't know, bro. I don't know.
You think that's a good fight?
It's a good fight, but I don't know who I take. And then Charlo, he a bitch for real because I feel like Spence is like through, and he probably know that because I seen on his Instagram where he posted something. He posted short, a lion biting on his short, and
Yeah.
yeah. So I'm like, damn, that's how he coming. He like,
Well,
fuck it.
hey, he made it clear in that interview.
He been made it clear, but I'm just saying though, like, I'm just
Like,
at the same.
money is what I'm looking at, and I'll fight him. So
He should have had that same energy with Canelo with his bitch ass.
man, he was looking to get paid, bro. Like
That's what I'm saying.
Canelo was a payday for a lot of guys, everybody but Terrence motherfucking Crawford. That's what he was. Terrence Crawford looked at greatness and being a legend, and that's what separates him from a lot of these guys in the sports. And we talked about that. That's what separates Shakur. That's what separates guys like Terrence Crawford. They are fighting for legacy and not like. Don't get me wrong. They all fight for money, but the legacy to guys like Shakur, Canelo, Crawford, Usyk, it's a different thing for them. They know the money's going to come with the legacy. If they're out there winning belts, you're gonna have to pay them.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna make the money, but they knew they put legacy over money, and just those guys are separate from a lot of the guys in the sport, man. And I see Abdullah Mason being the same type of fighter who's putting legacy over money, and he wants to be one of the greats of the sport of boxing. And we don't have a lot of that in the sport of boxing right now, where guys just want to be the greatest of the sport or leave a legacy that you just can't ignore, and you got to put them in the Hall of Fame.
Mm-hmm.
All right, Big Spade. I don't have much more to talk about, man. Take them out. Tell them what they can do.
First, you motherfuckers should start commenting and subscribing. That's what y'all can do. That's what y'all need to do. And listen up on some boxing. Second of all, like I said on the first one, you motherfuckers need to like, comment, subscribe. Third, I'm gonna hit y'all what I just said again. You motherfuckers need to comment, subscribe, and like. So, but yeah, that's what y'all can do, man. Thanks for joining in, listening to us. You already know. Bourbon and Boxing Podcast. I know what's going down. Got your boy Cowboy, Spade. Y'all know where we at, man. What we doing? How we tune in, toast up, you know what I mean? Roll up, whatever, man. Y'all gonna do pull up. Goddamn. Yeah. It's like that, man. Bourbon and Boxing. Tune in, man.
Absolutely. Episode 111, baby. That's how we're doing. Keep tuning in, man. Keep doing y'all thing like Space said. Just keep doing your thing, man. We're going to get there. Thank y'all for joining us for another episode of Bourbon and Boxing, baby. We out. Your host with the most.
Yes,
Cowboy.
sir. Spade, let's get it.
Let's get it.